What's going on, my nail friends? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing my first Christmas manicure of the season. I'm going to be using some of the new release dip powders from Pampered Pretties. That glittery red was called Red Nose Reindeer. This solid red right there is Poinsettia. And then this foil dip powder is Jingle All The Way, and that one is a white and red foil, and it's gonna be super cute. So I do have longer jelly tips on my nails right now, so I'm gonna be pouring over the dip powder so that way I don't hit the side of the jars. These are sample jars. I am a brand ambassador for Pampered Pretties. So this month she sent us out the entire Christmas collection, and they came in little sample jars. Look how adorable they are, which are also new items that were added to the site where you can get sample jars for most of the colors. She's been in the process of adding that size to the site. So that's the size that they look like. And this glittery, well, I guess it's not a soft red, so shimmery, glittery red is what I would call it. So this Red Nose Reindeer, look at how stinking cute it is. So when you see this manicure, and actually by the time I upload this video, the manicure's already been posted on my Instagram. I am a couple of days late on the video. So like I said, I'm pouring over, and I do 2 pour over layers over just these 2 nails, and then I'll do the other colors on the rest. But it's like the perfect glittery red mix. It's super easy to apply. I barely had to buff. I did encapsulate and clear. Also, I am using the Pampered Pretties dip liquids. If you have not used them before, 100% highly recommend them. You have an excellent drying time to be able to get your cuticles cleaned up and press down any chunky glitters if you're working with chunky glitters. And I'm just going in and doing the second layer of Red Nose Reindeer just to get that glitter out of the way so that I don't get any glitter onto my solid color. I suppose I wouldn't mind if I got any glitter into the foil one, although that one is just foils. But we're just going to finish this Red Nose Reindeer, 2 nails, 2 layers of dip powder, and then we'll move on to Poinsettia. So I'll just let you watch. And then the way that I apply foils is whether it's a sample size jar or a regular size jar, I still pour it into a cupcake liner because I lay my nail into it so that I can get better coverage of the foil. There's a lot of foils from Pampered Pretties that I can apply and just do one layer application and not have to do a second one, which is amazing, by the way. If you haven't tried their foil dip powders, highly recommend. Best foils out there in, literally best foils out there in the dip market. And so I'm gonna do a second layer on this one just because it's a lighter color and it's the only nail that I'm doing with foils. So I'm touching it and pressing them down to make sure that they stick because the dip powder liquid still hadn't fully dried yet. So I always push down on them to make sure that they stick just like if they were glitters. I don't want to necessarily brush them off because I just spent time putting it on my nails. Every once in a while, if there's like too many, I'll use a stiff brush, but not typically. I usually just use a soft brush. And you can see here, we have excellent coverage with the second layer, so I won't do a second layer of the dip. It'll just be encapsulated and clear. And again, I was pressing down on them just to make sure that they stuck before I brushed off. And then we are doing poinsettia, just 2 solid nails. I couldn't decide what I was going to do at this point. I just knew that I wanted 2 solid nails because one of them was going to have a design. So I will let you watch. And once everything's got its layers, now it is time to stiff brush the excess. And I'm going in with the Pampered Pretties Clear Dip Powder, which once again, I'm going to have to recommend if you don't have it, you need that along with the liquids. They are excellent liquids and an excellent clear dip powder. I've been using it for about a year, almost 2 years, I think. So I'm going to go right on in and I'm going to clear encapsulate the solid nails first. And these are this clear dip powder jar that I have is a mini size, which is 0.5 ounces. No, I lied. 0.25. So that's the size of a mini. And my nail fits in there, so I'm just dipping my finger in there. The sample size jars are half of that, which is why I had to pour over. So I'm going to encapsulate all the nails, make sure that I clean out my cuticles before it dries, and then I will be back. And once again, we use a stiff brush to remove all that excess. And then this is what the manicure looks like without buffing and filing. Pretty beautiful, I think. Those tip powders went on perfectly. So then we're going to apply 2 layers of activator. And I am going to allow that for a couple of minutes to harden. And then I will buff and file off camera. And then I'll be back. And of course, I had to use the buffer and the file from Pampered Pretties. And that's what my nails look like after buffing and filing. And we are going to be adding 1 layer of activator to finish it off. Once everything is said and done, I decided I wanted to add some little hollies to one of the solid nails. I'm using this stamper plate from Clear Jelly Stamper, and then these 3 polishes. So the Clear Jelly Stamper plates, typically most if not all of the images can be layered, and so you'll see that I will layer the little leaves. It's not 100% noticeable, but when the light shifts it shows. And so I'm using the little cotton ball grabber to clean off my plate with some acetone, using a Clear Jelly Stamper, the little sticky pad to clean off my stamper, and we're going right in with the first color. So you just apply the stamping polish, scrape across, pick it up, clean off, and then once everything is looking like you want it to, then you go ahead and place it where you want. That is the ease of having a clear jelly stamper, because you can see where you're going. So then I'm going to do the second layer, which I want to do in a little bit of a different shade of green. So I wanted to see what it looks like, and just the second layer of it, scrape across, pick up the image, and clean off any excess that you don't want on the nail, and place it right over the last one because it is layered. So that's what that looks like, and I think that it's coming out super cute. Now we just have to do the little balls, holly, I guess, the actual little hollies. And I decided I want to do them in white, of course, because the actual Manny is already red. So I think white will look real cute. And if I don't like it, the best part about stamping is you can just wipe it off. But look how adorable it looks with white. So we'll just leave that alone. And I'm going to add one more little holly a little bit further up on the nail. The exact same steps, exact same thing. I just flip-flop the colors. We're doing the one that's a little bit darker first, and then the layer on those leaves with the other color, and then the white hollies, and this Manny's done. So I'll let you finish watching the stamping. Once your stamping is done, I do recommend that you finish it off in gel top coat. I think that's just the easiest thing. I am using Vivid Glam Co's HEMA-free gel top coat, and I applied to all the nails and cured for 30 seconds, and this is what it looks like. And then you have to finish off with some Candy Skincare Cuticle Oil to nourish all of your cuticles in your hands. And that is that for today's Manny. Thank you so much for watching all. I really do appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe so you can get some reminders of when I post my next video. We'll see you guys later. Bye.